I don't even know who's gonna watch this. If you're expecting me to start ranting or like going mad in front of the camera, I'm not gonna. I've not got enough energy to. First of all, um, I'll keep repeating myself because I know no one's in here. Let me just put on my Snapchat that I'm live. So, in 9 years of me having a season ticket, I've never walked out at half time except for today. Fucking hell! Like you see me smiling because if I don't smile, I'm just gonna fucking cry. Like my heart is fucking hurting right now. Like I'm smiling because if I don't smile, I'm gonna cry. Wallan says Ollie out. Fuck me. I've backed my. Wait, are you? No, what? I've backed my boy Ollie to the very end. But how'd you get out of a situation with fucking losing to Liverpool 5-0? Anyone but them. Anyone but them. And we've been this bad for months. It's mental. It's mental. Like he's took us from let's be. I'm not just gonna start ranting and crying in front of camera because that's not the sort of person I am. I'm not a dickhead. I've got perspective of what football is, but I am hurting right now, so I'm gonna speak about fucking why I'm hurting. Ollie to me is a still club legend. However, he should go tonight because he's ruining his legendary status, his hero status, whichever you want to call it. He's ruining that status. So like it's hard to put into words how I'm actually feeling because he's took us from C to B, but can't take us from B to A. We've been this bad for months. This isn't a one-off thing. We expected the fact that that we've not been good enough on Dolly. I'm struggling to put my words together because I'm like so like fucking hell. I'm in shock. Donny says Ollie out and bring Ten Hag in. If not, wait till the end of the season. For me, Ollie, it's not just Ollie that has to go. It's the fucking whole coaching setup. They're absolutely awful. They're no clue what they're doing in defence. No clue what they're doing in attack. The midfield would get probably relegated with Norwich. They're absolutely awful. I've put on my Snapchat story. I've backed my boy Ollie to the very end, but he's got to go. I can't back my boy anymore. I know Ten Hag said that he wouldn't leave in the middle of the season or something like that. I'm not sure his exact quote because I haven't got the exact quote to hand or whatever. I just know that he's got to go. I don't see a way out of this situation. Sir Alex's fucking reaction was unbelievable. I've never seen people walk out of Old Trafford at half time, except for today. Apparently, there was estimated 10,000 people I've seen. I walked out of Old Trafford at 50th minute. They wouldn't even open the gates at first. The security, like, they wouldn't open the gates. It was like, surely they should have had the gates ready, 4-0 down at half time. Shaq, someone who I speak to, who's sometimes in my live streams and I speak to on Twitter, he said on Twitter Spaces last night that we'd be 3-0 down at half time. I said, just be positive. Fucking hell. Sam says, I'm genuinely finished. That was a disgrace. It was a disgrace. I'm going to sound daft for saying this. I'll slate every player and the manager, etc. But I heard people at the match today, I'd say around 5 people that were together going on about Rashford, saying Rashford needed 12 weeks off and he's been shit. I really wanted to get involved in that conversation and go mad because for me, I'll always say Rashford for me is clear of criticism. I'll never criticize Rashford. I know Rashford's literally in your profile picture, Sam. For me, it's clear of criticism for what he's done off the pitch. So I'll never criticize Rashford, but fucking none of them looked arsed from minute 1. I couldn't watch the rest from minute 50. It was fucking shit. Yeah, the whole coaching staff are shite. Yeah, it was awful. I remember being 2-0 down against Liverpool under Moyes, and we sort of knew we were fucked at that point. We knew we were like just done. We had to get behind the team. So I remember there was just constant singing of 20 times Man United. That was one of the best atmospheres I've ever been to. But when it's 1-0, right, you can get behind the team, yeah, we could come back here. When it's 2-0, we'll get behind the team again. When it's 3 and then it's 4, it's like I've not got enough energy to keep getting behind this team again and again and again and again. And these coaches, I've never seen the whole of Old Trafford in agreement that Ollie has to go, except for today. Basically, the whole of Old Trafford were in agreement. I've never seen that before. Never seen it, the whole of Old Trafford in agreement that any manager has to go. Obviously, I'm only young. I don't know what it was like under like Tommy Docherty and whatever else, but I was literally saying before, I was saying earlier on today, I feel ill. I've got a sort of bug at the moment. I was literally in hospital the other day, just to get checked out. And there's nothing seriously wrong with me. I just feel like I've got a really bad viral infection. I said to my uncle, I would rather have not got out of bed for that. I'd rather stay in bed and watch Bad Education or just watch some shit films. Do you know what I mean? If I knew it was going to be like that, I genuinely glad there's no midweek game. Like Shaq says, "Fam, where do I even start?" Like genuinely, there was an international break a few weeks ago, and I was saying, genuinely glad that there's no game at that point. Like I'm relieved at that point. There's no game at this point. I'm glad there's no midweek game. Like it's too stressful. What I was thinking when I was about to get on the tram, and I was saying to my uncle is, United make me want to just book a flight out of England and just go to somewhere warm and just lie on the beach and be free from all of this stress. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. The lads behind me, like the proper passionate, obviously, as we all are, they were proper passionate, but they left at half time. They never normally leave at half time. The lads behind me at the match, they left me at half time. Unacceptable. Yeah, it was unacceptable. I'm not going to show you the chat after that, Wallen, because I could get banned off the platform if I put that on the screen. Yeah, I'm the guy with the Rashford profile picture on Twitter as well. United Sam. Yeah, I love this guy. I would never criticize him. Yeah, I would never. For me, Rashford is one player. It's player of criticism. He will always give 100% on and off the pitch. He loves this club and he's helped people like me. I will never criticize Rashford personally. I don't care for me. I just won't. Are you guys going to the next home game? Unless something serious happens where I'm not well or anything. Yeah. Right now I'm not feeling too well. I've gone live because I've had 5 people telling me to go live at one point. I was just sat downstairs with my mum watching TV. But that's why I've gone live. I will be going to the next home game. It's against City though. It's against City, yeah. So we've got Spurs next weekend away. He's got to go tonight. He's got to go tonight. I can't back that anymore. I can't back it. How do I back that anymore? I'm not one to start. For me, I've said on Twitter, because people are using a hashtag Ollie out, and I get that. I get it. But for me, using a hashtag will never get a manager sacked. If you're using a hashtag with something like the Super League, yes, it's going to stop the Super League from happening because it's so big. It's the whole of football. The whole world are united in that. But with United, it's only us fans. Do you know what I mean? And you've got Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans in the ground were chanting like Ollie's at the wheel and stuff like that. Can't, man. I'm so pissed off. Yeah, I was pissed off on the tram, man, and I still am. I would say right now I'm more hurting and just in shock. Anyone but them, man. Anyone but them. If Ollie gets the sack, who would you love to see? I would tell you Zidane. I'm coming more round to the idea of Zidane, but I'm not sure. I don't know. And I'm not going to claim to know exactly where United are going wrong. I just know that we've got no identity, no style of play. I'm not going to claim that I'm some tactician, etc., etc. All I know is that this isn't good enough. It's just not. There's no chance we're challenging with this right now. I don't know how we spent 400 million and invested a lot in the coaching staff recently, and we still ended up with this shit. I don't know how that's happened. I'm the guy with the hair profile picture, Raj United. Yeah, I think you interact with me a lot, Man Raj or Raj, whichever you want me to call you. I'm sorry if I've pronounced your name wrong or whatever. Shaq says, this man is just clueless. He hits the randomizer button. It's effing clueless. He hits the randomizer button on tactics and lets it flow. I think he just says, lads, go out there and do your thing. You can see Liverpool clearly clearly coached. I got there in the end. And everyone knows the role, everyone knows the job. That they all work as a team. We've always like they got look like they've got no idea what I'm doing, what they're doing. Hashtags probably catches the Glazers' eye because that damages their brand. We need to get those fuckers out. Donny, I do agree with you there. I also think there's another side to it though. From what I was reading, I read an article on the Athletic. It was, I think it was in 2019, and it was saying like the Glazers don't actually concentrate on what hashtags are used. Like when people were hashtagging Glazers out every Wednesday at 8 p.m. in like UK time. The Glazers don't concentrate on what hashtags are used, so they just concentrate on social media interactions. Let's say like 8 million people are tweeting about United within the next 24 hours. They'll concentrate on that, and they don't care which hashtags are used. That's only as far as I've read. Obviously, I'm not an insider. I don't have any inside knowledge. I'm not claiming to know any inside knowledge. But yeah, it was mad. It's mad. I don't know what's gonna get him out. Surely he has to go. If it was anyone but them, it would have been better. Oh yeah, it would have still hurt massively, but anyone but them, anyone. But I've never seen us lose that badly to them like that. And that I also witnessed India get shot on by Pakistan, who are our main rivals. This day has been so bad. Oh yeah, people are saying something about Zidane Iqbal. I'm not sure if he played it. I'm not sure. I don't really concentrate on that side of football. I don't want to seem like rude here or whatever. Why'd you block? I don't even know what your thing is on Twitter. I block loads of people that I don't know why I do that. I just do it when they annoy me. Honestly, this just depressing. This result brings out Jack Daniels. Yeah. It's enough to make someone have a heart attack. United, I tell you. People coming to gloat. I can see people coming to gloat. That's fine. Like, I'm not gonna start crying in front of camera or whatever. I'm angry. I'm hurt. I've just not got enough energy to just go mad right now. I'm unwell myself right now. McFred for 90 minutes today. Shocking. Yeah, it was shocking. That I've said that manager and that midfield would probably get relegated with Norwich. Like that midfield is as bad as a Norwich midfield. Maybe I'm over exaggerating. Maybe I'm being overreactionary, which I've had a lot at a lot of people for. But fuck me, it's really bad. Just came in stream to Ollie in. Fair enough. Have a good night, Jaden Smith. The coach. Sorry about my coughing, by the way. Like I say, I'm unwell. The board, coaching staff, and manager need to go. I'm sick of it. Sick of this shit. Yeah. Well, the first and foremost, the owners need to go. Let's be honest. We want the owners out first. If I had the choice between getting Ollie out tomorrow, getting the Glazers out tomorrow, get the Glazers out 100%. However, that's not going to happen. We've got to be realistic right now. So I feel like the board and the coaching staff, the coaching staff and the manager definitely have to go. I don't think the board are going to go. Like, I don't think they have any reason to go right now. If you're looking at the Glazers' point of view, which they run as like a business, like a bank sort of thing, rather than a football club. Oh, you're on about cricket? Oh, sorry, mate. This is sorry. Yeah, I don't really. To be honest, I don't watch other sports other than football. Yeah, I know you're United, Alan. Wallen. It was a shit show. We let Liverpool walk on us. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Have a nice night. I'm newbie. You're saying you'll never walk alone. Fair enough. You almost had a panic attack. Fucking hell. If it's affecting you that much, mate, like genuinely, like all seriousness, not like ranting here. Genuinely try to put a film on or be with your family or something like that. Because I would never want football to affect someone to the point of like where it's like genuinely upset, or genuinely affecting the mental health in that way. We're all stressed out. However, it should never affect someone in that way. I'm really learning that like right now. Over the last like month or so. If I'm the owner, I'm getting Ronaldo, Varane, and Pogba and round and calling up Zidane. Little chance, but better than impossible. I think I'm coming round to the idea of having Zidane at United. I feel bad for Ollie, to be honest. I don't feel bad for him. There's a Norwich fan in here. He said I wouldn't take Ollie at Norwich, but Farker has to go too. I don't know what Daniel Farker has to do. I will do a Premier League game week review. I'm doing it with Jay Motti from Stretford Paddock on Tuesday. So that's going to be very interesting. Tuesday at 2 p.m. UK time. But I don't know what Daniel Farker has to do to get sacked. Like, you're too good for the Championship, but not good enough for the Premier League. Like, you're not even close to Watford right now. Like, it's mental. Liverpool are playing great football. Yeah, they are, yeah. you see Lingard's post? I've not seen any footballers post. No, I know that Lingard he got abused at the ground, didn't he? And he said that I'm not at the pitch or something like that. It's upsetting. It's honestly upsetting. I would never like I don't want footballers to go and get abused. I also don't want to see football posts from footballers saying, "Oh, we'll bounce back," etc. Um, I just hope I could just hope what happened if Bruno got the opener. Maybe we could have got the momentum, but this isn't all Bruno's fault. No, it's not all Bruno's fault. It's not even all his fault. If we're being honest, it's the team, the manager, the coaching staff. I think this has been coming for weeks. This has been coming for weeks now. It's been building up for ages. Get well soon. Thank you, Wallen. I appreciate that. At this rate, we might as well get LVG back. Yeah. It's worse than that right now, Shaka. I think. I hated the LVG days. I never even called for Lou Van Gaal or Mourinho or Moyes to be sacked. I sung them to the end, but I don't know how that. Like me and my uncle were saying, our next home game, City. How's that going to look if Ollie's still in charge in 2 weeks' time, like at Old Trafford? How is that going to look when we're basically all in agreement that he should be gone? And DD every day says, unblock my Twitter. You'll have to give your Twitter. I've got too many people blocked. I block people when they annoy me. I do feel for Ollie, though. He's going to be getting death threats and everything now. He didn't set out, so he's just out of his depth. Oh, yeah. The fact that... the fact that... how do I explain it now? The fact that he's out of his depth is true, in my opinion. Well, it's not facts, it's an opinion, but he should never be getting threats like that or anything like that. It's not acceptable at all. Can't wait for that 4 a.m. tweet that says United tweet that says club statement. I don't think they'll sack him right now. I need to see club statement released in the morning, no cap. Yeah. I'm up early in the morning as well. I've got to go for an x-ray on my knees, so hopefully. Live by the sword, die by the sword. He was so stubborn. What's there to feel bad about with him? Paxton, I get you're angry, but when, like for example, when you've got Canary catch up saying like he's going to be getting like death threats or a lot of abuse like that, like there's a difference between, do you know what I mean, when it's football and when it's not football. So I get what you're saying. There's nothing to feel bad about him, like in terms of football, but when people are getting abused, there is. Good night, Wallen. Have a good night, mate. I try to make the most of like put a film on and whatever. From a Villa fan, don't know why. Yeah, Ollie's not gone last year, pal. Would have been way better for everyone. I get what you're saying, but we finished second. So, like, if you're looking at it from an owner's point of view, because I'm trying to look at it from the Glazers' point of view, because that's obviously they are in charge of this club, whether we like that or not. That is a fact. And he got second with a team with Rashford injured all season, Lindelof injured all season, in a season where there was lockdowns, left, right, and centre, and in a season where he wanted Sancho in the summer and didn't get Sancho in the summer. I'm talking about like last season. So he got second, so you wouldn't have sacked him at that point, surely. LFC Max, I'll go and unblock you now, mate. Hold on. LCFC. Sorry, let me just block my man. Max _ Yeah, I don't know why I had you blocked. I've just followed you, I think. Yeah, I've just followed you. Ollie has to go. Who'd be the ideal replacement? For me, Graham Potter. I know Shaq's in this chat and he's gonna be like, relax, man. No, I'm only joking. But yeah, I would have Graham Potter personally. Zidane, Ten Hag, or Potter interim for the season. Well, I don't know whether it's true, but I seen something midweek during this week. Something like if Ollie goes, Carrick will be in charge for the rest of the season, and I don't know if that's true or not. However, I would finger. Cheers, we'll FB later. Bro, I'm going to the beach and relax. Night, bro. Have a good night, Donny, mate. And I obviously know your name, but I won't say your name on here. Have a good night, mate. I probably won't be on Spaces tonight, despite being on the past 2 nights. It is time to relax tonight after I've been live. Need to get some drink and not alcohol, just drink and just have a good night as best I can. because I'm just not going to let this affect me too much. I say that whilst at the point of near tears right now. Fucking hell. Let me go back and see if I've missed any comments. United are just a team of randoms under Ollie. It's a shame. Yeah, they look like they're just 11 individuals that don't play together or train together or anything. If Rodgers leaves Leicester, Brighton XG rate is mad. And imagine his work rate with players like Daka. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Fabrizio posted an Ollie quote. Fabrizio Romano's posted an Ollie quote. Yeah. Nah, I don't think it's the end, MC. Fabrizio Romano has said, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer about his future as Manchester United manager. I've come too far. We have come too far as a group and we are too close to give up now. We are at rock bottom and we cannot feel any worse than this. He's got to go. I can't see a situation in where he should stay. Like, in what situation should he stay? Like, I can't see us bouncing back from this situation. If that was a one-off, if that game was a one-off, where it's like, yeah, fair, like we've just been battered by the better side, but it's a one-off, then fair enough. Like, the ground would still be rocking. We get behind the team, get behind the manager, but it's not a one-off. We went 2-0 down the other night. We're always going 1-0 down. We've not kept a clean sheet. We kept one clean sheet in 22 games now. If Ollie goes, I feel like they'll get fucking not Graham Potter. I feel like they'll employ Gareth Southgate, and I don't want him anywhere near United. Hold on. Sir Alex must as well come on. Someone said this on the tram. MXNNZ. I'm going to assume your name's Max. I'm not 100% sure though. Someone said this on the tram, like, I'd take Sir Alex. I said he's too old, like in the sense of, like, let the man enjoy his retirement. He's literally been a legend for us for 26 years. Like in his management time. I would not want him to come out of retirement now while he's got some health issues and he's quite old. I want him to relax and enjoy his retirement. What Potter would do with Vardy, Daka, and Iheanacho would be mad. Yeah. Graham Potter, I feel, is very underrated. I feel like if they had a great striker at Brighton, I keep saying it, I think they'd be a top team, like challenging for, like, let's say, Europa Conference in comparison to where they are now. I can't. Someone just called for Gerrard for the United job. I would not want Gerrard anywhere near United. No chance. Yeah, Paxton says no chance. Not a chance does he come anywhere near this club. Not a chance. Who would you bring in? I would try to bring in Ten Hag from Ajax. Yeah, I like Ten Hag. I'm not going to claim to have watched much of him. I've watched a few games, but barely like watched him, barely studied him, etc. I don't know his style of play. Like, I'm not going to claim to know. I don't really know. Let's say, I would say I've watched Graham Potter like play, like manage Brighton more than I've watched like Zidane with Real Madrid when he was managing Real Madrid, because the Premier League is more accessible here. It probably sounds like a stupid comment, but it's realistic for me. Ten Hag from Ajax, he said that he would never leave in the middle of a season, though. That's the issue. I definitely don't want Carrick until the end of the season. No chance. Hello, Kestrel. Hope you're all right, mate. Oh, you meant Gerrard for Newcastle. Potter for Newcastle job wouldn't be bad. Oh, right. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes there. They were discussing that on Saturday Social. I assume a lot of people in this chat will have watched Saturday Social this weekend. I watch it every weekend, but I know Mark Goldbridge was on it this weekend, so I assume a lot of people would have watched it. So, as someone whose family support Rangers, I've had to deal with Gerrard enough. Yeah, man, it's mad. I might have said Paul Scholes for the rest of the season before last night, but after what came out on that Instagram story of his daughter, but I'm not having that. Yeah, man. The reason, like, people are gonna say, "Why am I laughing?" If I don't laugh, I'm gonna cry. Kind says I'm late, but thoughts on being fucking hammered by them bin dippers. Yeah, I'm gutted, Kind, man. I'm gutted. I walked out in the 50th minute. It was. Scholes would bite the weight of players wax nails. Yeah, man. It was proper mad story. What was he doing? People saying gigs like he ain't going to prison potentially. Yeah. These people these people wouldn't look like gigs. I don't want gigs. We tried gigs as interim manager 5 games and it never worked. We didn't look good for them 5 games. One Leicester player you could take at United, who would it be? Tielemans, without a doubt. Yuri Tielemans, he's a class player. I know he scored a banger today, seeing it. And Didi every day says she is quite Lengo. Yeah, but that's his daughter. Fucking hell, bro. Come on. You seen Ollie's interview? No, I've not seen Ollie's interview. I've just seen one quote from Solskjaer, from Fabrizio Romano. He says, I have come too far. We have come too far as a group. We are too close to give up now. He told Shamoun Hafez, I think it was, we are at rock bottom. We cannot feel worse than this. Surely he's got to go, man. And Didi, Paxton says, and Didi from Leicester. I definitely would say, Tielemans personally. AJ Analysis has a brilliant video on 10 Hag's tactics. Let me subscribe to him. Hold on. AJ, is he on Twitter or is he on YouTube? AJ Analysis. Yeah, just subscribe to him on YouTube. Cheers for that recommendation. If I'm the owner, I'm saying to Ollie, either resign by this time tomorrow or get sacked. 100%. However, let's look at it from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's point of view. United fan, yeah, but he's just signed a 3-year contract. He could get a shitload of money if he waits till he gets sacked rather than resigning. Like, when I say shitload of money, I mean £7 to £10 million. That's a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? Would you resign if you're going to get £7 to £10 million? It's all well and good people saying resign. I'm saying myself, I would, like, he has to resign. But would you resign? Also, if you're a United fan, would you think I still want to try and stay and put this situation right? Like, we don't know what's going through his head because we're not manager of Manchester United. You know what I mean? It's a mad situation. All he basically said was that the performance wasn't good enough, just the same as what Maguire said. Bloody hell. It's not. It weren't just the performance. It wasn't good enough. Nothing was good enough. YouTube. Yeah. Just subscribe to him, Locks. Ollie has to go. I'd love to see Zidane take over. Yeah, I'd like to see that. However, I think he could. I think Zidane. I don't think it would work with, like, for example, players like Rashford doing what he does off the pitch, which would not want him to stop doing that with people like Zidane. I'm not sure how is Ollie ever working around like that, Van der Beek and Pogba. The treatment of Van der Beek is mad. Statman Dave is goated for tactics. Yeah. I'm subscribed to Statman Dave. I've not really watched much YouTube over the past, like I say, 2 months. I've just been chilling out. Like when football ends, like what football game ends, I'll talk about it on Twitter, but I won't start watching it and reflecting on it. When I'm watching YouTube, it's time for me to chill out. I'll be watching like Carl Pilkington or something like that. And DD, for me, his stats are amazing and he fits your CDM style. Not the best on the ball, but has improved so much. Defensively, best in the league. 8 out of 10 performances every week, except against West Ham. Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, he's a mad player. He's a destroyer, and he's like a destroyer. Whereas, like, you've got players like Tielemans, more box to box, more like I prefer Tielemans personally. Barely any managers resign. They wait for that sack to get the payday. 100%, yeah, 100%. It's all well and good people saying resign, but it's not that easy, is it? If there's a possibility of getting sacked to get £10 million pound or resigning, you're gonna wait to get sacked, surely, aren't you? Don't worry, Maguire will say you'll bounce back. I don't want to be hearing any of that this week. Genuinely, like I was talking about in the Q&A, like the other day, I was saying, like, De Gea has said we play like kids. De Gea has said madness. What a mad quote. Yeah, I think he's gonna go. He's got to go, surely. Ten Hag is the one. Well, yeah. He looked really good. Like I said, I don't know that much about him. I don't know his style of play, etc. But Ten Hag, with the results that he's getting, looks fucking amazing. He looks amazing. Personally, I don't think Zidane is a good manager. Was carried by Ronaldo. Right, prime Ronaldo. Let's be honest, can carry any team. But let's say, like, how can you can't win the Champions League back to back to back with like with being carried? In my opinion, there's got to be something right there. Do you know what I mean with Zidane? Surely. Hi mate, it's LFC Rory from what a fantastic game from my point of view, Ollie. Fair enough. I know you're a Liverpool fan. Have a good night, mate. I'm not going to start ranting to you because I know that's what people want to scream, record, and just laugh. First of all, I'm not well enough to rant. And second of all, I'm not that sort of person. I take Tielemans 100%. Yeah, 100%. Fucking great player. Tielemans and Didi would be good for you. Or Van de Beek could go the other way to Leicester and link up with Madison. Sounds like a good situation, a good scenario to happen. That Van de Beek situation has got to be one of the worst things Ollie's done. Handling of that situation has been awful, absolutely awful. It's ridiculous. De Gea, yes, like getting speaking facts. De Gea is the goal. Yeah. Same with player like kids. Fuck me. De Gea is now Ollie out. Surely. I take Steve Bruce. Anyone is better than Ollie. I wouldn't take Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce is going to retire, and I don't worry. And I don't blame him for that. With how he was treated at Newcastle, with Ten Hag, Donny will start, and that is amazing. Oh yeah. Right, I want to say something here because I've been thinking it for weeks. However, it's very difficult to put into words, and I was sort of I've been discussing it with my uncle a bit as well. And I would say sacking a manager is in football terms, not in real life terms, obviously. It is a traumatic thing for a club to go through because it means rebuilding another project, spending more money, getting more coaching staff in, coaching the team again into another style of play, etc., etc., etc. It's a traumatic thing. So I don't think, let's say Zidane came in, on Tuesday, started coaching the team, etc. I don't think that everything will be sorted by the Sunday, by the Saturday when we play Spurs. I don't think it would just be like that, like click of a finger like that. I think it'd take weeks, months, maybe. I know people say look at Thomas Tuchel, but they already had a good enough squad. We've not got the best midfield in the world like they've got. So I do think it's going to be. I'm not saying Ollie shouldn't be sacked. What I'm saying is it's still a traumatic thing for a club to go through. To sack a manager, rebuild with another manager, etc. So it's obviously a difficult situation that we're in right now. Don't worry, Gerard Era will say, Ollie is the one for United, and that is the one to carry United score. I think he's a Twitter account, and Gerard Era. Tielemans is class. He's leaving if we don't get UCL this season, but one to watch is Samare. 6'3", box to box. He's similar to Pogba, and so strong and physical. Yeah. So if Tielemans' contract run out this season, at the end of this season, that will be a great player to get. Zidane did it without Ronaldo too. Yeah. See, I don't think you can be carried to win 3 Champions Leagues in a row. Ten Hag plays some beautiful football. Dutch football is the way. Total football. Ten Hag in. Yeah. Surely, like, I wouldn't say anything's going to be better than Ollie because we wouldn't want like Gareth Southgate in charge or Daniel Farker in charge, for example. But like we should have these top managers in. Bruce in. Who's the best player out of the big 6 for me overall? It's Tielemans, but it may be biased. We've got to say like Aubameyang's up there, surely, aren't you? Like I wouldn't class Arsenal as being in the big 6 now, would you? Tielemans, he's got to be up there, and Didi's got to be up there. Vardy's got to be up there. Schmeichel's got to be up there. There's quite a few players in that are really good. Saint-Maximin, he's got to be up there. If Ten Hag starts, then he'd probably bring in De Ligt. See, I don't think De Ligt lived up to his potential. I'm obviously not going to get into that. I've not watched De Ligt too much, but he went there to win the Champions League, and I don't think he's lived up to his potential. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer looking ahead. This is a quote from just now. We have big games coming up, so no time to sulk, no time to feel sorry for yourself. We have to come together. Yeah, he's got to go. Right, Zidane in, Ben says. Yeah. I think I'm coming round to the idea of Zidane. I wouldn't want Conte personally. next season. But we will want to offload him so we don't lose him on a free kick. He doesn't want to leave. He loves the club, but it's too good for us. He needs UCL. Yeah. He deserves UCL football. Oh, Mo's coming here to laugh at me. I'm glad I'm not meeting you tonight, man. Fucking hell, you'd be laughing at me all night. I've not got the energy to that for that. Yeah. He's a really good player. If Conte will come in, how do you think we would set up? Because back five is not the way for me. I think we'd go back five with Conte. I don't want Conte at United. I just don't want him at United at all. Can't lie, you're United there, Joe. Yeah, I know, Mo. Trust me, I know. I'd say to get Thielem and then get Boyata or Niakate. They are both about 6'3". Really aggressive. One of them with Varane would be good. See, right, I'm gonna go through the players in the starting 11 today, and say whether they, in my opinion, they're good enough or not. Because I think a few players have been overrated in our team, and I'm not like going, oh, he's shit. I just think, oh, he's not the one for us. So De Gea, yes, he's good enough. Maguire, good enough when he's fit. Dear, yes, hi, I was at the game, yeah, until 50th minute left. So Maguire, when he's fit, he is good enough, and when he's on form, he's good enough. Lindelof, not good enough. He isn't a starter for us when Varane's fit. Shaw, good enough when he's on form. Wan-Bissaka, in my opinion, not good enough. So there's one player. McTominay, he's good enough as a box-to-box, but he's in the wrong position, so I'll add him to the not good enough position in the CDM. Fred, not good enough. There's 3. You've got Bruno, obviously good enough. You've got Greenwood, good enough. So that's 6 players who are good enough. Rashford, good enough. Ronaldo, good enough. So you've got 3 players there in 3 important positions with Wan-Bissaka, in my opinion, McTominay and Fred, who are not good enough, especially in the midfield. We all know midfield how bad that is. It's not good enough. So we've got to improve. We've got to bring in some more players. With Ten Hag as well, he focuses on the academy and helps to bring in the youngsters. So we will see more of Ahmad, for example, while being a great attacking unit and solid defensively. Yeah. Yeah. MZ, Mo, I can't read out. I'm not going to be like rude or anything. I can't read out what you've just put in the chat, because if I do, there's a possibility that I get banned. Schmeichel has done so well for himself. Premier League, FA Cup, and Community Shield winner. He's done so well, especially when you're told when you're younger, your dad is the best ever. Yeah. He's had a great career. You'd probably say he's a Premier League legend at this point. You were at the game, right? Yeah, I was at the game, dear. Yeah. Schmeichel is one of the few players who's world class, just like their dad. Yeah. Friday's only good for my foot champs team. I've not played it well. I literally played two games of FIFA the other night against someone, and that was it. I can't bring myself to game anymore. Really, Aaron Wan-Bissaka's got worse. Yeah, I agree. I was sort of going like sort of mental last night in a good way. Saying with Tariq Lamptey. I love Tariq Lamptey. I've been saying it since late 2019. Saying I'd love him at United. But people like going mad at me like nah. But some people are agreeing now, and it's like, for me, I'm not convinced by Wan-Bissaka. Like, I don't see what he does. Tackling's good, but what else does he offer in the team? And I don't see him offering nothing. Rashford has a problem of overthinking everything. It's not his clinical. Not his clinical best. Not his clinical is not best. Another problem. Yeah. He's obviously still got time to improve. Rashford. He's 23 and he's been a great player for about 3-4 years now. He's been in the team for 3 or 4 years, so he's great. Wan-Bissaka is still young. He's good and needs to improve offensively. And he's playing next in Lindelof with Greenwood. Yeah. I agree. He needs to improve, but I think it looks like he's not getting any better. I don't think he will get any better from the looks of it. Maguire should not be captain. I didn't see any leadership from him today at all. I don't think we're seeing any leadership from anyone. Like 4-0 down at half time. Who the fuck? Like it's damage control at that point. It's been literally the best comeback of all time after that. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was looking good when he was playing with Varane. I don't think he was, dear. People have been saying, yeah, he looks good. I don't think he was, man. Like I don't think there's something about Wan-Bissaka where I'm like, nah, I'm not. I don't believe. I don't believe that he's good enough. For me, it's a dream. Like a dream. Let's say the transfer window was open tomorrow. Let's say, and you say you got 300 million to spend. Your dream transfer window, yeah. For me, it'd be Declan Rice, Tariq Lamptey, and a few like squad players. I don't know who. But obviously that's not the case. But I'm giving an example because Tariq Lamptey for me is like a dream player to have at United. United, I really think he's underrated. Like there's something about him that I just love it. Like I don't know. De Gea or Bruno should be captain, not Maguire. Yeah, man. Maguire shown great leadership in the Euros. He did. Let's be honest, he did. But he's not showing it enough for us. He's not showing it enough for us. Van der Beek is the happiest man in Manchester. Yeah. Mac the Knife has said on Twitter, being a miracle in turning this game around. Ollie keeps only barring a miracle in turning this game around. This was during the game. Ollie only keeps his job due to the continued mismanagement of this club by the Glazers and its staff. Shaw is the only one who can cross into Ronaldo, so what's the point of trying to attack? Paxton. I know you're saying what's the point in trying to attack in terms of football, but also in reading that, trying to attack Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I know it's not just Wan-Bissaka's fault. I'm just speaking about a player who I personally don't think is good enough. For me, I'd have Tariq Lamptey, but United haven't been the same since Young Boys game for me. Yeah. That felt like the beginning of the end. Aaron Wan-Bissaka isn't that good, overrated in my opinion. I'd love it. Yeah, obviously, kind. Like, let's be honest. Trent Alexander-Arnold is fucking, as sad as it makes me say it, the best right back in the world. No one else is like him. But we're not going to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold. We can only be realistic. I agree with I agree that Wan-Bissaka isn't that good. I think he's overrated. I genuinely do agree with that. I don't know. Yeah, we wouldn't sign Trent Alexander-Arnold. Theo Hernandez would sign at United. I've not watched that much of him, to be fair. I know he was at Madrid and now he's at AC Milan, and I think he's doing well. I've not watched that much of him, to be fair, though. Do you think the board will sack Ole after today's result? I don't know, dear, is the honest answer, because I really want to say yeah, like I really want to start saying it, but it's like this club will never fail to amaze you. The mismanagement of this club, the way it's run, it'll just never fail to amaze you. Like they might sack him based on a financial decision in a few months if it looks like we're not getting top four. So we don't know. Genuinely, maybe I'll think in 2 hours. Yeah, I can see them sacking him, especially if news will start to come out. Maybe he's coming. Maybe he's like sort of like, how do I explain it? Coming out, like news is coming out against him, but it's not at the moment. 1 second. I know we wouldn't sign him Paxton, but I'd love him or someone like that, even though no one's like him. Oh yeah, I was saying this the other week. I'd love that. Like, I'd love it. There's genuine no support from midfield on attack. Compare Keita and Hendo's performance with McFred. That's the reason we will never play as a team. Bagel FC. I believe that is part of the reason. 100%. It's a key part of the team, obviously, but I don't believe that's the whole reason. I believe that there's many things that go into it. Again, the fact that 3 players, in my opinion, aren't good enough. The fact that Ollie isn't good enough. The coaching staff aren't good enough. The midfield isn't good enough. There's a lot of things that go into it. Theo Hernandez is a mix of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Hakimi. He can defend well. He's an absolute monster. If it's a mix of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Hakimi, he's got to be one of the best right backs of all time already. Kind says the issue is Trent Alexander-Arnold is currently one of a kind in the sense of no one is his level or as good as him. Even Kyle Walker or Cancelo can't do what Trent does. That there's no one that's on Trent. I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah. The De Gea slander is shocking. He couldn't have done anything about any of the goals. It's not his fault. He doesn't have a defence or midfield ahead of him. Oh, yeah. How can you slander De Gea for a performance where we've lost 5-0? If we've lost 3-1, and he's made a few individual mistakes. Fair, like say, oh, that's a shit performance from De Gea, but we've just lost 5-0. Like, how can you slander the keeper? It's all of them, every single one of them. The only way to get sacked is if we get knocked out of the Champions League. It'd hurt if we got knocked out of the Champions League, man. I'd be tempted not to watch the Europa League. You're a goat, Kean. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. You've actually just tweeted me as well. Football Obsession, shout me out. There's his Twitter. Hold on. Jack _ MCGRATHX. There you go. You got your shout out, mate. No offense to Reece James, but I don't understand how he gets into the best right back in the Premier League debate. Nah, I think Reece James is top 5, mate. I rate Reece James personally. De Gea is still my man of the match, lol. I don't know who I can give man of the match to, dear. Like, I don't know who I could genuinely don't know who I can give man of the match to. Paxton says De Gea has been our player of the season so far, surely, yeah. But when you've spent 400 million, news is coming out. News is coming out about Solskjaer now. Zinedine Zidane is seen as one of the preferred options as a replacement for Solskjaer at Manchester United. Should he be giving his marching orders? That's Summit Felix Diaz. João Felix Diaz, is it? Jose Felix Diaz. He was right about the fact that we were gonna sign Varane. Someone said Adam Crafton has said for those who work closely with Solskjaer, alarm bells were ringing long before Liverpool lost. One source close to Solskjaer privately said they thought he looked stunned like a ghost in the days that followed the Europa League final defeat to Villarreal. Right now, this news is coming out. Dear, if you're still in here, I'm gonna say, yeah, I think he's gonna be sacked tonight. I think he's gonna be sacked tonight. Like, news is coming out now. That's what I'm saying. It's going to start slowly, little by little, few hours by few hours, maybe even hour by hour. Little bit like the Super League, but not as big, obviously. Where news is a little bit coming out, little hour by hour. And I believe that Carrick will be in charge for the Spurs game now at this point. Fucking do I want that? No, I don't. Definitely don't. Cancelo is better than Trent, lol. I was having this debate on Twitter Spaces last night, funnily enough, and it's been brought up in this chat as well. It seems to be like quite a relevant debate. I would say Cancelo is now a left back / midfielder. I know his preferred position is right back, but he plays better at left back than right back. And he goes into midfield, so surely he's a left back. Who's that MZ guy? He's quite sexy. Mo, shut up, man. If I'm well enough, I'll come and see you. It won't be Wednesday because I'm doing something on Wednesday. If I'm well enough, I'll come and see you. If I'm well enough, right now, my voice is fucked. My body feels broken. My heart's broken because of United. Kine says I'm gonna go for a bit. Have a good stream. Have a good night, Kine. James, I see a lot of potential, and he could be world class. Yeah. I think he's a good player. I think he's a great player, James. He's not getting sacked. Locks. I thought this. If you'd have asked me 20 minutes ago, like while I'm still on this live stream, I thought, nah. But there's a little bit of news coming out from not just English sources now, like English sources and Spanish sources at the moment from Jose Felix Diaz and Adam Crafton. I've just read this on MUFC, MPB, and United Journal. If Carrick is our manager for the season, I'm going to need some serious strength. Yeah, it's as Heady once said, it's a bit of a sticky one still. Yeah, it's gutting, man. We're in a bad situation as a club. I felt devastated when he was walking off at full time to think of man I was involved in our greatest moment to hit rock bottom like this. Blades, I love that comment because I love the fact that you've acknowledged that he was involved in our greatest moment. Because for me, I said it to one of my friends that I speak to before. Said he'll always be a club legend right now. However, he's like, how do I explain it? I'm just trying to put my words together in my head here, so I don't like mix up words. However, right now it feels like he's ruining his legendary / hero status as a guy that's involved in this club. I'm trying to separate him as a player and him as a manager, which I've always tried to do. It's a very difficult thing to do, but I'm trying to do it. But I think the best thing that he could do is go right now. I don't think he will, though. Why would you retire? What? Sorry, not retire. Why would you resign? Um, just keep getting your chat said. I'll be live for another 10 minutes or so. I won't be live for much longer because I've got a proper bad headache. Um, yeah, I will be live on Tuesday at 2 p.m. though with Jay Motti, who is a United fan. If you don't know him, he's the co-owner of Stretford Paddock. He's been on the channel before. It'll be for the Premier League game week review. It will be for that Stretford Paddock has a 600,000 subscribers, something like that. Horrible performance, says United boy. Yep. Dia says spot on. I love Ollie as a player. I'm always grateful to how he's stabilised stuff since he came in. How I've backed him through the tough times, but time to part ways. Yeah. For me, it's thank you for the times, thank you for the good times, but it's time to go. I described it on the channel before. Like it's with Ollie, it's like there's two extremes. It's like when it's really good, you've got on one side, and then the other side you've got when it's really bad. It's like fucking hell. How much worse can it get? This feels worse than the end of the Jose era somehow. Yeah, because we love Ollie more than we did Jose, because he is a club legend. He was involved in '99. Whether some people tried to take that away from him or not, or call it a tapping on, no, he was involved in that squad. He scored about 200 goals for the club. Like you can't take that away from him. Do you know what I mean? Sam says, I'm going to go now, Kean, for my dinner. Try have a good evening as much as you can. I'll interact on Twitter later in a bit, lad. Have a nice night, Sam, mate. Love that positivity at the end from you there. Thank you for interacting a lot. Enjoy your dinner. Hope you have a good evening too. I appreciate that, mate. The only reason I wouldn't have gone live if there wasn't demands. So there's more news here coming from Ian Ladyman. I'm not sure who he is. Financial shortfalls terrify the Glazers, and they drift away from the Champions League spots. Places is what threatens Solskjaer now. So maybe it will be if he gets sacked. Maybe it will be if we get knocked out of Champions League, get sacked. I don't know. I would never wish United to lose in any game, though. Like never, ever in any game. All his time of getting results when his job is in danger is over. Surely he knows it's the end. Yeah. Like I was saying to my uncle before walking home, walking to the tram stop. Surely at one point there's got to be a point where it's like against Burnley, for example, in January 2020, just before we got Bruno, it was like a lot of people wanted him out, and a lot of people have wanted him out for months, and I've tried to ignore it, tried to back my boy Ollie, but it's too hard to back him now. It's so like you've got Liverpool fans in the ground chanting all these at the wheel and this, that, and the other. So yeah. But one thing I'm not gonna do, I'm seeing people like tweeting again and again and again and again. The same thing. I'm seeing YouTubers do it. I get that it's their job, and I get that. Like again, I have a YouTube channel. I've gone live and I've tweeted a few times, but I'm not gonna keep tweeting all night and all day. I'm probably tomorrow either not going to tweet as much or try not to tweet about football as much. Maybe tweet about what I'm doing or positivity, or even like throwback United moments. Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't mean we have returned to chasing top four. Hopefully not, but it feels like it. I don't even think at this point. I've said myself I don't feel like I'm one to overreact, but hopefully at this point, I don't feel like we're going to get top four. Maybe it's because I'm hurting so much though tonight. Like it hurts a lot, but yeah. Let's go. Let's chat more. Let's see if I've missed anything. I'll be live for another 5 minutes if you keep getting your chats in. If not, I'll just end the stream in a minute or so. Imagine Sir Alex having to see that pain. Yeah, it is pain. I saw his reaction. Xavi, random clip says Xavi in. Xavi, I know he manages in Qatar, is it? But I've never seen him manage. Yeah, I've never seen him manage like a top club. It would just be another Solskjaer in the sense of a footballing legend. I know he's not a legend of the club, Xavi, but a footballing legend with not much experience. And as I say, that Jamie Carragher's just said on Sky, you can't have people learning on the job. 3 or 4 staff who've never been at the club this size. Fans actually wanted us to lose this game beforehand. I'm not going to say how to be a fan, but come on, we should want to win every game. Paxton, I will always go into every single United game wanting us to batter the team at 6-0, 7-0, 8-0, whatever. It's like, whether that's a childish comment or not, I'll never want United to leave. United to lose. Sorry, getting my words mixed up because I'm quite dehydrated at the same time as talking as well. Glazer's main concern is not being in the Champions League rather than ambitious people wanting to challenge for silverware. Oh yeah, it's Glazer's out, overall out always. If I had, like I said before, if I had the choice between Ollie going or the Glazers going, it's the Glazers going, and Ollie will probably go after that anyway. Um, I try not to talk too much on the running of the club because in the end it's never ending because it's ran so badly, and we can't change this right now. We can't change it at all. The ownership. Well, we can. If we start protesting again, but it probably isn't going to happen. Let's be honest. Apparently, Sir Alex left the stadium around 55 to 60 minutes of the game. Is that true? Yeah, I'm not going to say that's true because I don't know whether that's true. I have seen people saying that. I left on the 50th minute. I've seen people saying that, but I don't know whether that's true or not. No, maybe Xavi in. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Xavi will go Barcelona. Yeah, it seems like he's destined to go to Barcelona. What's the difference between Xavi and Potter? He hasn't managed a big club as well. Well, for me, Graham Potter literally has managed in the Premier League, so that's the difference in my opinion. I know it's not as big as United. It's a whole different world. But I don't know the style of football that Xavi plays. I don't know how different it is to Graham Potter. I'm not gonna profess to know much about Xavi as a manager. I don't know much about him as a manager. And I know that he's quite a new manager. I know Graham Potter's been managing for quite a few years now. Let me just send this snap. I'll end this live stream in about 2 minutes. Just wait for you to get your last chats in, whether that's good night or goodbye or whatever. Dia says anyways, I'm off Keane. Don't know where we go from here. Try relaxing the rest of the evening. Save goals for you, mate. Try putting a film on or whatever. It's fucking upsetting as fuck, but let's not try to let it affect our actual lives. Have a good evening, mate. And thank you for telling me to have a good evening as well. I will do. Yeah, my knees are killing because I was stood up for ages as well. Solskjaer also said, he said to Simon Stone, I believe in myself and I am getting close to what we want at the club. The results lately haven't been good enough. Hands up. It's not good enough. It's not good enough at all. Having a Jack Daniels on your behalf. Fair enough, mate. I don't drink alcohol personally. I've sort of made it like a bet to myself, saying when United next win the league or the Champions League, I'll drink alcohol. I'll get pissed. I've never been drunk. I've never drunk alcohol in my life just due to personal reasons. But next time when United do, it's all I can look forward to right now. Either going on holiday or United winning the league. Solskjaer and retaining back in from the board. I've heard nothing else. I'm still thinking about tomorrow's work. We are all low. I can't say I felt worse than this. I have responsibility. I accept the responsibility that is mine today and going forward. I'm gonna end this live stream here, mate. Lads, thank you for joining. Thank you to the people who told me to go live. At least I got that got that off my chest. I got sort of a rant on my chest. Have the best evening you can everyone in the chat. And you, Paxton, have a great evening. I know there's only a few people in here now. People have sort of gone to chill out. It's 7:45 for most people. So have a good night. Yeah, it's obviously a sad night for most of us, but have a good night. Just put a film on and chill in it. See you later. Goodbye.